Hello, and welcome to this weather alert. We're going to talk about tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be an active day. You can see here, starting off with the Storm Prediction Center, they have us in a level 2 slight risk of severe thunderstorms. That encompasses most of Long Island, northern New Jersey, and Connecticut. That is because we have a cold front that will be approaching tomorrow that will be bringing severe weather threats for tomorrow. So if we look at our weather map, you'll see there's that cold front that's going to be approaching. Here we go to day 2. You see the cold front moving through. And then on Saturday, it does move through, but it'll stall well to the south and west. So Saturday will be a dry day. But looking at the satellite image, you can see the front right here. Very strong southerly flow, a little junked up, kind of hazy sky today. Even though we had plenty of sunshine, we didn't have all that Q buildup that we had yesterday. And a very strong southerly wind out there. At the beach, you should have seen the waves. I have a video from Long Beach. You'll see it. Yeah, 76 degrees. Yeah, the dew point is now up to 70 at the beach. But look at these wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour and higher at some of these. 32, actually, was a peak wind gust at JFK. 79 there with a dew point of 68. In Islip, it is 77. And you can see the winds gusting to 22 miles an hour. So it really wasn't all that bad today. We have one brutal day tomorrow. You can see the heat advisory that's also in effect. That's our other alert. So we have 2 alerts that we got to watch out for. But as far as today goes, only in the 80s, low 80s, very strong southwesterly wind. Not that hot. And the dew points were in the mid-60s, so moderately humid. But it really didn't feel all that bad. That heat advisory is for tomorrow. And then if we go inland here, there is an excessive heat, extreme heat warning for northeast New Jersey. They might want to extend that into Ocean County too, but I would say all of New Jersey is going to be in some extreme heat tomorrow for sure. But out there, really not all that bad out there. We could look at look at the Wonder Map in a little bit here, but we'll go over the highs. I mean, you kind of got an idea of what the highs were today, generally across Long Island. Not a bad day at all. Low to maybe middle 80s on the North Shore, and out east only around 80 as you made your way into the city. Definitely a little hotter, 88 at LaGuardia, 86. Still 80. I mean, you had some upper 80s, I guess, on the North Shore of Queens. Islip only got to 82 today, so it's not too bad at all. But as you go into Jersey, of course, it was hotter there. 90 at Miller Air Park, west of Toms River. Upper 80s to around 90 in the morning, and you had probably 91. It looks like at Newark. So, yeah, pretty warm. And last night was we had dropped off a little bit, but nothing too crazy. We can look at the Wonder Map too, get some more temperature readings here. And again, if you're at the beach, man, it's just wonderful. I'm telling you, just wonderful. 76, and just very strong wind. Meanwhile, in the alley, it's a different story. It's 80 degrees in the alley. Yeah, I know. 80 degrees in that alley.
Oh, I hate this place!
Yeah, gotta play it. So a little hotter. A lot hotter, actually. 5 degrees hotter. So, yeah, you're not getting that cool breeze here at all. If you're at the beach, though, it is wonderful. But anyway, enough about today's weather. It's tomorrow's weather that we really got to be concerned about. And that's why I'm making this video, not so much for today's weather, which is pretty decent. You can see there's the cold front again. Looks like there's some smoke behind it, too. So I may have to deal with that, too. Yeah, yay. Some smoke. Go to the North American view here, Canada, northern U.S., see where that smoke's coming from. Oh, yeah, looks like there's a lot of smoke up there. Oh, yeah, look at all that smoke. Oh, boy. Looks like most of it's going to stay up in Canada, but there's a lot of smoke coming from some kind of fire up there somewhere. Looks like there's the lines of thunderstorms, too, so whatever. Well, we're going to have to deal with that eventually, but as far as tomorrow goes, we've got to deal with the heat, air quality alert in effect, so we've got the heat advisory for Long Island. That's for tomorrow, and the extreme heat warning for interior areas, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., and so it'll feel like well over 100 in a lot of those areas inland. Yeah, so let's go and look at the models here and talk about what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. Obviously, we have this front that's approaching. We'll just be looking at the short-range models here, looking at this front. So first showing you the dew points and the wind flow. And you'll see here dew points and wind flow. We have a south. We had a good south-southwesterly wind, but we're going to start tomorrow with more of a west-southwest wind, and that's going to help get the temperatures up. And then the winds will back a little more to the southwest, but you notice that westerly flow, generally, that more westerly component, that's going to make it hotter unless you're right at the beach. Look at the dew points. They're going to be pretty high, definitely up to around 70, maybe low 70s. And then here comes that front coming through for Saturday. And, again, it's going to stall to the south, but it'll give us a relief from the humidity. The dew points will drop, and Saturday will be a lot more comfortable. And then Sunday we'll be back into the unsettled weather. But, again, my main concern is with tomorrow because it's going to be very hot. So let's take a look at these temperatures on the HRRR, and you'll see what I mean here. Yeah, everybody is going to see 90. I think Islip's going to see 90. We should get into the low to mid-90s here in Mineola. I think mid-90s, and maybe 95 to maybe even close to 100 in some areas in New Jersey, perhaps. Before those thunderstorms roll through, you'll see as they roll through, the temperatures drop quite a bit. And then as we head into the overnight hours and into Saturday, much cooler, low to mid-80s, so much, much cooler. But let's go look at that the Cape next, because this is where we have the severe concerns for tomorrow. So here's the Cape levels, and yeah, they're pretty decent. Probably in the late afternoon, mid to late afternoon hours is probably going to be the best risk. And you'll see when we look at the radar simulation what happens. And you'll see, here we go. It actually forms a couple of showers and thunderstorms right over the middle of Long Island, just popping up, possibly along a sea breeze front around 3-4 in the morning. 3-4 in the afternoon, I should say. And then through the early evening, you'll have to deal with some showers and thunderstorms. But by 8 o'clock, they should be pushing off to the south. And Saturday should be a pretty dry day. You see high pressure that's in control. And then we'll have to deal with more in the way of some unsettled weather on Sunday. But I'm not going to talk about that here. So let's go look at some other models here as far as these thunderstorms go. Here's the NAM. Similar idea here. NAM's a little more scattered, but it's going to be in that afternoon time frame that these thunderstorms are going to pop. And then once that front comes through, it's going to actually kill the sea breeze, and it's going to make things a little steamy, I think, until the dry air gets in for Saturday. All right. We'll go to one more here. Let's go to the HDRPS. This is an older run, the 18Z run of the HDRPS. Let's see what this one's doing here. This looks kind of ominous here. So it's got right around that 4 or 5 o'clock hour is when it's going to come through, I think. So and anytime between then and probably 7 o'clock. And then if you're south of the city, you'll have to deal with those thunderstorm risks for a little longer, perhaps 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock for well southern New Jersey. But other than that, that is what we're looking at for tomorrow. And again, we'll go ahead and look at the RGEM for sky cover as well. This is the zeros. I'm not going to use that one. We don't have enough time for that. We'll also run the RGEM as well with the front. There it is. It's a low resolution, not very good to use for that. But we will have plenty of sun to heat up that atmosphere tomorrow. Hazy, hot, and humid, and then you can see the front coming through. And then for Saturday, we should have fair weather, though I don't think it'll be clear. We'll probably have mid and high level clouds around. It won't be a clear day, but it'll be better than Sunday, because Sunday will be pretty unsettled. You can see stuck in the clouds, and just show you a peek of Sunday. You can see, looking at the European, there'll be scattered showers and thunderstorms around that day. And it could wind up being kind of on the wet side. So Sunday is not going to be so great. Going to be unsettled, but Saturday will be your better day for sure. So that is what we're looking at. Let's go to Vent2 Sky. We'll visualize the heat again for you tomorrow here. So here we go, and you can see that hot. You see that in the middle of the North Shore is more of a westerly flow, so mid to upper 90s. It's going to be brutal. But if you're on the South Shore, again, there's going to be a pretty good breeze if you're on the South Shore. So it could be low 80s perhaps, or maybe even upper 70s. But inland, you're going to bake tomorrow. It's going to be hot. And at 2 o'clock, you see the heat getting even worse here, 95. Just keeps building here in the middle of the island. But as you go, and there's what looks like a thunderstorm there. And as those thunderstorms pass, they're going to kill that breeze. So temperatures will drop, but it actually won't feel as good as it was earlier if you're right at the beach, however. So if you're going to the beach, You definitely probably want to finish up by 3, 4 o'clock probably. All right, let's go look at the Cape. And this is the Cape again for tomorrow, and you can see some really impressive Cape levels again in the afternoon. Afternoon is going to be the time frame for these storms to develop, so it should be very interesting tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll have a thunderstorm to film for you and get some beautiful photos. So anyway, I think that'll wrap it up tonight. Again, heat advisory for Long Island, extreme heat warning for inland areas. It will be brutal tomorrow, though. No doubt about it. Those 2 points, it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. It's going to be a classic late August hot day, but luckily it's only one hot day, and then things will improve by Saturday. So anyway, that's it. Good night.